Hello everybody and happy Halloween. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's Halloween. I can't believe that one of my videos fell on Halloween. That's crazy, and it's a spooky one, which just makes it way better. But welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Spooky Sunday video. Please ignore my appearance. I really need to dye my hair and I've just not been feeling too good, to be honest, over the past couple of days. I think it's partly being really tired and just stress. If you didn't know, I study criminology at university, so I've just been lacking in sleep and having a lot of stress, which isn't a great mix. But I'm here and I'm filming for you and I'm excited for today's video. I don't know how long it's going to be because I did kind of struggle to find videos for this video, but I really wanted to do a video that was Halloween themed because it was falling on Halloween. So today we are going to watch, I think, 5 videos I have. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's 5 videos. They're TikToks. They are spooky things that happened on Halloween. But without further ado, let's get on into today's video and I hope you all like it. Okay, so here is the first video.
Creepy things that actually happened on Halloween, part 1. In 2001, a grad student from Penn State University left a Halloween party. She was wearing her bunny costume and stopped at her friend's house on her way home. After hanging out there for a little bit, she got a ride to her own house at 4 a.m. She went inside, dropped off her backpack, keys, phone, and even took off her fake eyelashes. But after that, she was missing. Detectives said that there were no signs of foul play, but they kept looking for her. After a few years, the case went cold, and nobody ever saw her again.
So he says that the stories are true. I'm not sure if I've ever heard of that missing persons case. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe one of you guys have heard of that missing persons case. If you have, please comment down below. I'd like to do a little bit more research into it because I've never heard of that one before. The next one is also by the same guy, so let's go ahead and watch it.
Creepy things that actually happened on Halloween, part 2. In 2012, a girl was going trick-or-treating. She dressed in all black and then wore a white tassel from her head down her back. Well, she got done trick-or-treating and was walking home. As she entered her yard, a relative of hers looked out the window and thought she was a skunk and then shot her. Thank God she survived. But why are people shooting skunks willy-nilly?
So I've seen that one on a few different TikToks, but it's true. Why are people just shooting skunks? Like, why in your brain would you think, oh my god, there's a skunk in someone's yard, as they call it, and then just shoot it? Why would you do that? But also, especially on Halloween, you know, people are dressing up and things. Like, why would you just then go to the headspace to just shoot someone on a night that, you know, people dress up? I guess a skunk costume is very rare. I've not really heard of many people dressing up as skunks, but I still think it's really weird that your thought process would be to just shoot a skunk when you see it. I know it's kind of weird, and it is good that she survived. So I'm glad that the story didn't have a tragic ending and that the little girl did survive. But don't shoot skunks. Or any other animal, to be honest. I just think it's a bit weird.
Here are some terrifying things that actually happened on Halloween. First up, Harry Houdini's death. Harry Houdini was one of the most popular performers of his time, as well as arguably the most famous magician in history. He also claimed that he could take a punch from anyone. This would be his downfall. In 1926, a student at McGill University punched Harry Houdini 4 times in the abdomen, leaving him in great pain. The magician sought medical attention, but went against his doctor's orders to get an emergency surgery and instead performed. As the curtains closed, he collapsed and died on Halloween night. Before I go on, press share copy link to receive a cookie in the comment section. Next up is the case of Cindy Song. In 2001, a 39-year-old Cindy Song accepted a ride home from a friend from a Halloween party. She got inside her house, dropped off most of her belongings, and even removed her fake eyelashes. But she was never seen again after that night. To this day, investigators have no clue what happened to her. She just vanished. Like for part 2.
So that last story was the first story. Sorry, I know I usually watch all the TikToks before I show you them, but this one I just watched the first half and was like, oh, this is quite good, and saved it. And I didn't realise that his second story was going to be the same as the first guy, the one where I didn't know who the case was about. That was that girl then that went missing. So weird that she went missing from inside her home. I know you guys want me to do more missing person cases or disappearance cases because I did a mini series on people that disappeared into thin air. That was more just for the spooky aspect of the fact that they disappeared and no one knew where they went. They disappeared from a certain building or there was no evidence or whatever. I don't really want my channel to become a true crime channel because I study criminology and that's a huge part of my life, but I don't want it to be the only part of my life, and I do feel like there is a lot of true crime channels that could do a way better job than me of explaining cases. And I think I'm just going to stick to the spooky content, the unexplainable, the paranormal, the creepy experiences, scary TikTok, scary stories story times, all that sort of stuff. But I don't know, maybe that could be another one in the mini-series because she did disappear into thin air. I don't know, you'll have to let me know if you would be interested in that video. But then the Harry Houdini one that was also on there, I actually don't know that much about Harry Houdini. I know who he is and his name, and I know he's a magician and stuff, but I don't know that much about him. But that's crazy that he died on Halloween. This next one I'm gonna have to mute it because of the sound, but if there's anything that I need to read, I'll read it for you. Okay, so I've tried to read them and I'm so sorry, but I couldn't read it. It was going way too fast, so hopefully you managed to pause and read each story. But the first one was the story about Timothy O'Brien, which a lot of people know about, where his father laced his candy with poison that he'd been trick-or-treating, and then he died so he could collect insurance money. Psychopath. And then the second story was about 21-year-old Chris Jenkins that said he went to a Halloween party and didn't return home, and then his body was found in a river, and police thought it wasn't an accident, and they thought he might have been a victim of the smiley face killer, which I'm pretty sure the smiley face killer has never been caught. And a lot of cases do get tied to the smiley face killer, but they end up saying that they aren't victims of the smiley face killer, so I'm not sure. I've actually never heard of that case. And then the last one is another case that I haven't heard of, which is 15-year-old Martha Moxley went to a Halloween party the night before Halloween and didn't return home. The next morning, her body was found brutally beaten with a golf club. Another one that I've never heard of before, but it's so creepy that so many murders have happened on Halloween. Just makes Halloween even more eerie and creepy than it already is. I mean, Halloween's supposed to be a fun time where people dress as scary things and it's supposed to be fun, but then there are people in the world that want to do really sick and sadistic things, so it's just creepy how many murders have actually happened on Halloween. This is another one that I'm gonna have to mute the sound. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I'll do another rundown of the videos because, again, it went way too fast and I couldn't read them. But the first one, it says it's tragic to pass away on your own porch step. To make matters worse, the next morning, the mailman stepped aside the body thinking the body was a Halloween decoration. I see this a lot, especially on Facebook at the minute, people saying try not to make your Halloween decorations too realistic. And someone else said that it's crazy that you might see a Halloween decoration and think it's a Halloween decoration, but it could be a real person, which just creeps me out. And the fact that it's actually happened before, where a mailman thought it was a decoration but it was a real person that died, is just terrifying. I don't know if you've seen on Facebook, but there was this man who did a whole Halloween decoration thing on his front yard and all of them look really realistic, and apparently the police have been called to his house so many times to the point now that they go there and they know that it's Halloween decorations, and he had like a selfie with the police, but they look so real. I'm not going to put the pictures in because I feel like this video would be taken down, but I've only seen it on Facebook, but you could probably search it on Google, just type in man's Halloween decorations look really real or something, I don't know, and they'll come up. But they are crazy and they look real and they're really gory, so I can understand why people are calling the police, but at the same time, would someone have something that gory on their front lawn if it was real? I don't know. Maybe. It's good though, if you go and look at them, they are terrifying. The next one again was about Halloween props, and it says that a woman had hung herself on a tree the night before Halloween and people thought it was a prop and they were admiring it. That would scar you for life. Imagine being one of those people that go there, you think that it's a prop and you're like, oh my god, this is sick. Like how I was saying that that man's props are really good. It's the same way as if that turned out to be real people, I would be scarred for life. But imagine seeing that in real life as well. Creepy. The next one was again about Timothy O'Brien and the girl that was dressed as a skunk. And then after that was another case that I have heard of before, where a wife was having an affair with a woman, and then the wife convinced her girlfriend, I guess, to kill her husband, and she did it on Halloween and shot him when he answered the door to give out candy. That was a case I've heard of before. Obviously there'll be more in in-depth videos about it online if you want to go and watch them, but that's another one that gives me the creeps. I feel like we've taken Halloween from being fun and spooky to like kind of sad and actually terrifying with this video. I can't believe how many murders have happened on Halloween. Okay, so that's all the spooky Halloween videos I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a really good Halloween. If you're going out, please be safe. If you don't know, at the moment there's a issue going on in the UK with spiking, and if the petition is still live by the time this video goes up, I will have it linked in the description. Please, if you can sign the petition, please sign it. But basically, because spiking drinks in the UK has become more difficult, they've resorted to using other methods. So they've started injecting people on nights out, and there was a case from where I used to live where a woman had gone out. This isn't to do with injection, but it's to do with spiking, and she had gone out and this man was speaking to her in the smoking area, and he was insistent on trying her vape, and she kept saying no, but then eventually she let him try her vape, and he went missing with it for a while, and then he brought it back, and then she started smoking it, and then she started to feel really ill, even though she'd only had like 2 drinks or something. And it turned out that he'd actually spiked her vape. Like, this is the extreme lengths that people are going to right now, that this dude literally spiked her vape. But also there has been one case that I know of in Liverpool, where I live right now, of a girl being injected, and then there's been, I believe, quite a lot of them in Edinburgh, and there's a boycott going on throughout the end of October where girls aren't going to clubs so they can boycott clubbing, because the petition that I will have in the description is saying that people should sign it so that nightclubs can thoroughly search people before they enter clubs and make sure that they don't have any injections, drugs to spike people, all that sort of stuff. And honestly, I am terrified to go out now. I'm supposed to be going to my friend's gig in October in Birmingham, and then we were going to go out afterwards because obviously for Halloween, but now I am really scared and I feel like I don't want to go, but then I don't want to let him down. So I'm in like a predicament right now because it's just a scary world to live in, and there's a huge uproar about it. So obviously if you're from another country and you're not sure what's going on in the UK right now, that's sort of what's happening. But if you can sign the petition, please sign it, because I feel like it would just be way safer for people to go out if they can be thoroughly, properly searched, not just a pat down. I mean, I've been to nightclubs where people have literally just opened my bag, looked in it, and then that's it. They haven't even gone through it, they haven't patted me down. You think I'm just gonna have whatever it is on top of my bag? No, if I had something, obviously it's not gonna be on top of my bag, and I feel like they need to be searched properly. But yeah, that's my little rant and rambling over. I hope you like this video. Please be safe if you go out this Halloween, and also remember to have fun, and I will see you next week. Peace.